What's good with y'all? It's T-Flows, and today I'm gonna be reacting to it says a crazy false arrest gets cops suspended. We better watch this shit. We about to see how this shit go.
February 9th, 2022, First Amendment Auditor Steve Jones was driving with a friend in Utica, Michigan, with their dash cams recording, when another motorist pulled beside them and motioned for them to pull over. They stopped at a Marathon gas station, and the other driver exited his vehicle and approached them to complain about being videotaped. The motorist eventually called the police and claimed that the auditors were threatening him. Sergeant Greg Morabito of the Utica Police Department responded to the call in an unmarked vehicle.
Hello.
Well, unmarked vehicle. What does that mean? Unmarked, does that mean it's not a...
Hi.
It's
What's going on?
a private vehicle?
We didn't call you.
I don't answer questions. He did.
Okay, we'll go talk to him.
No, I'm going to be talking
No,
to
you're not going to talk to me.
Yeah,
You ain't going to talk to me at all. I ain't got to say to you. Nothing. So go talk to the guy that called you. Isn't that procedure? When a complaining party calls, you go talk to the complaining party?
No, you don't get
Sure it is. Sure it is. Sure it is. Go talk to him. He'll tell you what's going on. And then you can be like, oh, nothing illegal's going on. I can go back to doing my real job.
Close your hood.
No. Touch our vehicle.
Oh, yeah,
You are,
Our vehicle.
listen.
Don't touch our
Listen to me.
vehicle. You didn't pull us over.
Yes, I
No,
did.
you did not. We was parked here, idiot. We were parked here.
Okay.
You didn't pull us over. Don't try that. What the hell's wrong with you? He says he pulled us over. No, we was parked here.
Hey, look, do you not see my lights?
I don't give a about your lights. I don't give
You know what I mean?
about your lights.
In order to pull somebody over, that means the vehicle has to be driving and has to pull over. If the vehicle's already pulled over, then how did he pull him over if it was already pulled over? Anyway.
Hey, pull us over when we're parked because we didn't commit a traffic violation, idiot. You're a dummy.
Mr. Jones argues that Sergeant Morabito could not have pulled them over because they were already parked and did not commit a traffic violation. By definition, police officers cannot, quote-unquote, pull over vehicles that have already stopped. But in some situations, they can detain the drivers of parked vehicles. While all traffic stops are considered seizures for Fourth Amendment purposes, no such bright line rule exists for parked vehicles. When it comes to officers approaching parked vehicles, courts consider some interactions to be quote-unquote consensual if they conclude that a reasonable person would feel free to terminate the encounter, while other interactions are deemed Fourth Amendment seizures. In Michigan, a primary factor as to whether a police interaction involving a parked vehicle is a non-consensual seizure is the location where the officer parks their vehicle. The court would likely conclude that Sergeant Morabito detained the auditors, despite the fact that he did not park in a manner that prevented them from driving their vehicle away, based on his other coercive conduct. However, the court would also likely determine that Sergeant Morabito had the reasonable suspicion necessary to detain the auditors based on the allegations of threat. Morabito had the reasonable suspicion necessary to detain the auditors based on the allegations of threats from the other driver.
Hell, I was behind my car when it pulled in here.
Right.
You pulled somebody over
Right.
outside the car.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, when you pull somebody over, you have to tell them what you pulled them over for. So if you don't
If he pulled over, he has to have committed a traffic stop. So what traffic stop did this nigga commit?
articulable
We
suspicion.
got a complaint that there's a threat
I don't care.
here. So yeah,
I don't care
do
what he
have-
said.
And I'm going to be
People don't lie.
identifying
People,
you.
no,
I
you
will
won't.
be-
Oh,
yes,
no, you will
yes,
not.
I
You ain't
will.
getting my ID
You
numbnuts.
watch
You ain't getting my ID numbnuts, I promise you.
I don't answer your questions either. You must think I'm stupid.
You are
I don't
stupid.
answer your questions
You're
either.
doing a good enough job proving that right now.
Yeah. He done proved how stupid he
Boy,
is.
you guys are brilliant.
Shit. Man, that nigga hot as
Obviously
hell. He mad as
smarter
fuck.
than you are.
Hey, get away from the car.
Wrong.
You can get away from the car. You can bite that. You can get away from
Hey, keep your hands to yourself. Keep your hands to yourself.
No, you don't.
Put your hands on people. What the heck's wrong with
just
you,
record
dude?
this shit, that's it.
That badge done went to your little head, didn't it?
Take a walk. Go get away from
You
my
take
car.
a walk. I'll stand where
Get
I want
away
to
from my
stand.
car. It's
I'll stand.
It ain't your car.
He says, get away from my
Get away.
car.
We paid for it.
Yeah,
He said, get
okay.
away from my
Get away.
car. Don't the taxpayers
Get
fund
away.
for the,
No.
don't the taxpayers pay for that
No,
car?
that one's mine.
That's your personal?
Yep.
But it's
Yep.
being used. It's being used in public service, so it's a public vehicle.
But it's a
Here's the
commercial.
VIN number. We'll find out. Yeah.
One of the auditors approaches Sergeant Morabito's unmarked vehicle to film inside the open door, and Sergeant Morabito orders him to stand back and shoves him away. As we have discussed many times on ATA, courts have consistently held that the First Amendment protects both the right to film police officers exercising their official duties in public and to film in public in general. And while officers may issue orders that incidentally impact an individual's exercise of the First Amendment right to film for safety purposes, as the First Circuit explained in the 2014 case of Garricky versus Begin, quote, "A police order that is specifically directed at the First Amendment right to film police performing their duties in public may be constitutionally imposed only if the officer can reasonably conclude that the filming itself is interfering or is about to interfere with his duties." Sergeant Morabito's use of force in shoving one of the auditors away from his vehicle, an unreasonable and unconstitutional instance of excessive force. Sergeant Morabito also states that the unmarked vehicle he's driving, which is equipped with red and blue flashing lights, is his personal property and not a government-owned vehicle. If this statement is true, the situation is not only unusual, but potentially illegal. Under Section 257.698 of the Michigan compiled laws, quote, "The use or possession of flashing, oscillating, or rotating lights of any color is prohibited except as otherwise provided by law. A police vehicle must be equipped with flashing, rotating, or oscillating red or blue lights for use in the performance of police duties." Furthermore, Section 257.603 of the Michigan compiled laws specifies that, quote, "Only police vehicles that are publicly owned shall be equipped with a flashing, oscillating, or rotating blue light that, when activated, is visible under normal
Publicly owned means it's not theirs. If it's a private vehicle, that means it's theirs. So he said it's his. Take that nigga to jail.
conditions from a distance of 500 feet in a 360-degree arc. Therefore, a court could conclude that the installation of the flashing emergency lights on Sergeant Morabito's personal vehicle violated Michigan law, depending on the light's visibility.
Yeah, Sarge, you need to put this little in check. Put this little in check.
Hey, you ever hear of
Spit it out, it ain't yours. Spit it out, it ain't yours.
public? Don't
It's
swear
called freedom
in
of
public.
speech. Now what?
You, this is freedom of speech.
Yeah, you're right, it is, but you don't have those freedoms
Well,
when
then
you're
you
on
can say
duty.
he talking about
You
don't
have
swear at him,
duties,
then he swear
not
at him.
rights, dummy.
You're gonna get some time off for that one.
Yeah, you are. You're definitely getting some time off for that one, partner. Oh, yeah, watch the complaints come in. Watch the phone calls roll in. Don't touch it.
Think about touching that.
You don't get to get our...
Your property. Hey, get your hands off of him. Get the off my
Get
car.
your hands. Don't touch our car.
John 5.
Don't touch the car.
Shit.
Yeah, you'll get a complaint too. Wow, y'all are a bunch of tyrants up here, ain't you? Bunch of tyrants.
Yeah, they mad as fuck.
Yeah, I'm coming for your job.
Come for it.
I am.
Come for it.
I'm coming for your job. I'm coming for your job.
Oh, damn. Damn, how many times that motherfucker
I'm coming for your job.
Boop, 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 boop.
I hope my phone ain't going. $10,000 phone.
10 feet. Phone. 10 feet. Stay 10 feet away from me.
$1,000 phone.
Bring it.
You're a little sucker. You ain't about that badge and gun, punk.
Shit. That's a bitch ass cop right there.
You ain't without that badge and gun.
You can record
You
that shit
ain't
all day.
without it.
Dismissed. You're dismissed. I'm
Little-
sitting here. I'm
little-
freedom of speech.
Little Willie the Munchkin.
Here you go.
Oh, now it's an unlawful
what are you
detainment, you idiot.
I'm just letting you know you need
Look,
to
he mad as hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, give me
You
a
tell
second
him to
here.
back off.
I am. Give me a second here.
Good.
You're not
Tell
helping
him to
the
back off.
situation.
Now he's blocking the vehicle. That's unlawful
sorry.
detainment.
Let him talk.
Move. Can you guys move and
No,
just let
I
me
don't
do my
have to
job,
move.
please?
Put the dog back on a leash.
Yeah, put him on a leash.
We're not taking your complaint today. You have to come back tomorrow to make your complaint. You can make as many complaints as you want tomorrow.
I think you need to just take yourself out of the situation because right now, what you have is a conflict of interest.
Okay, for right now,
Okay,
you're loitering.
so you need to go
You
away.
have 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes.
Go away.
It's fine. You have 2 minutes to leave the building. If you don't leave, you'll be arrested for
At the police station,
just wanna
Sergeant
arrest his
Morabito and the other officers refuse to accept the auditor's complaints, inform them that they can file their complaints tomorrow, and give them 2 minutes to leave the station. Generally, the policies and procedures for filing police misconduct complaints are set by individual police agencies and departments. While the Utica PD's policy on how citizens can file complaints is not publicly available, it is difficult to imagine that their policy allows officers to refuse to accept a complaint and demand that citizens return the following day if they wish to file a complaint.
Right.
In a 2021 collaborative white paper on building trust between the police and the community, Chief Ronald Haddad of the Dearborn, Michigan Police Department argued that, quote, citizens should be made comfortable to report any and all complaints. The white paper also presented the Dearborn Police Department's
But they do that
bias-free
shit.
policy as an example
do
of
it.
best practices. The policy, quote, mandates a commitment to unbiased, equitable treatment of all persons, and unequivocally prohibits discriminatory practices. Equally important, this policy
was
includes
biased. They was
sections
mad as
on the
fuck. They
duty
like
to
to
report
get the fuck
observed
out.
by other Michigan police departments that have made information on filing complaints publicly available, provide multiple options for how individuals can file complaints in a clear effort to ensure that citizens who want to make a complaint are able to do so. The Detroit Police Department's website states that, quote, if you have a concern regarding the performance of any Detroit Police Department employee, you have a right to file a complaint by letter, telephone, online, fax, or in person through any entity of the police department, or in person at the OCI. Regardless of whether Sergeant Morabito and
Then
the
when
other
he let
Utica
contact
officers
his dad-
violated policy by refusing to accept the auditor's complaints, it clearly did not comply with police best practices, and only served to discourage and delay the filing of a complaint.
Arrest him. You have 2 minutes to leave.
We just need names and badge numbers and we'll leave.
2 minutes. If you can't read, I don't know what to tell you. My name is
I
right
don't
there.
see your badge number.
You don't need
That's
it.
Sergeant right there.
Right there. That's my
Where's your
last
badge
name.
number,
Right
nigga?
there. Film it.
Here's my...
When Mr.
your
Jones
badge.
continues to argue, Sergeant Morabito handcuffs him and places him under arrest.
damn.
According to Mr. Jones, he was slammed against a wall during the arrest, causing a laceration to his shoulder. In an interview with a local paper, he stated that he was
so
released
bad.
after approximately 1 hour and that the officers berated and ridiculed him while he was in custody. Mr. Jones has retained an attorney and intends to pursue criminal and civil charges.
Oh, yeah.
On February
Sue his
15th,
ass, too.
2022, Mr. Jones posted another YouTube video where he visited the Macomb County Sheriff Department to file a criminal complaint. Upon arriving at the station, Mr. Jones discovered that the department had been attempting to reach him, as the deputy chief of Utica PD requested that they investigate the potential criminal aspects of the encounter. In addition to the Macomb County Sheriff's investigation, Sergeant Morabito was placed on paid leave, while the Utica PD conducts its own internal investigation. As of the date of this episode, both investigations are still pending. Overall, Sergeant Morabito gets an F for maintaining a hostile, unprofessional, and out-of-control demeanor throughout the encounter, refusing to
get
accept
a
the auditor's
fucking
complaints, and likely using excessive amounts of force on more than one occasion. When the auditors responded to his inquiries with hostility, Sergeant Morabito reacted by
de-escalate
matching
the
and
situation.
escalating the aggressive nature of their
That's what he ain't
conduct,
do.
rather than attempting to de-escalate the situation.
I just
It
said
should
that.
also be noted that this is not the first time that Sergeant Morabito has been accused of using excessive force. In the 2005 case of Weissel versus City of Utica, the plaintiff alleged that Officer Morabito and his partner pushed an individual out of his vehicle and onto the ground, where they punched, kicked, and maced him. The plaintiff
Damn.
also alleged that he was then taken to the police station where he was hosed down with cold water, ridiculed, and called a racial slur. Although Sergeant Morabito denied the allegations in the Weissel case,
What
there's
could they have
no
called
video
him?
footage of the
That they ain't. You white piece of... I ain't trying to be racist. But at the same time, that's whatever he called him, that's what he is. Aren't they both fucking Caucasian? Okay, anyway.
encounter, and the undisputed video evidence of his behavior during his interaction with Mr. Jones and his friends on its own seriously calls into question whether Sergeant Morabito has the temperament and self-control required to be a competent police officer.
No,
This
he
is
don't.
yet another officer who appears to have allowed his ego to dictate his decision-making, and this
Exactly.
interaction highlights the important role that officers play in setting the tone of a citizen encounter. Although they also maintained a hostile and insulting demeanor throughout the encounter, they were perfectly within their First Amendment rights to do so, and they exercised their rights to film the encounter, refused to identify themselves when it was not required, and followed up this interaction by attempting to file multiple complaints and pursuing legal action. While I cannot suggest or condone insulting or taunting another individual, including a police officer, nothing the auditors did was illegal, and the First Amendment protects the right of citizens to express dissent to police actions and to communicate offensive progressive and challenging ideas without government retaliation. While I commend the auditors for challenging the legitimacy of Sergeant Morabito's conduct and following up this encounter with the proper legal action, their persistent name-calling and taunting certainly did not help to improve an already tense situation. And these types of encounters not only serve to build distrust between citizens and the police, but also cause officers to be wary and suspicious of the auditing community as a whole. Let us know if there's an interaction or legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below.
And let me know if there's anything that you want me to react to, you know, psych now. But if you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe, send me some things that you want me to react to. I'll have this video in the description, so y'all can watch the full video and everything. But TFlows out.